Today will be just let's run some solos. Yep.
Staying down in South America, we're on board here with Nothing No Name, as he's able to pull off the hot feet flank and get the positional advantage to pick up a number of elims. Next, popping over to the Middle East, we have M. Siddiq on the tack attack, going to work and eliminating the rest
Guys
of the
guarded.
Now normally we say jumping on over, but this time we mean it quite literally, as 72 hours does the leapfrog to pick up an insane elimination.
Dude, that was nasty. Oh my god. Did someone see that? That's actually dirty. Oh my god.
Staying over in NA East, we have the world champion solo player, Booga, well, dropping his opponents down a level or two. Now, over to Europe as we watch Fnatic Provoked get himself out of a tight situation and be the lone survivor to run the rest of the lobby. Sometimes in Fortnite, you need to innovate a little bit, and right now Jordan uses everything in his toolkit to pick up 2 quick elims. And finally, over in NA West, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Rex getting his high ground shot out and going for a last-ditch effort to get everything he can. That's it for the top plays from the qualifiers, and the stage has been set as we head into the finals this weekend. Make sure to tune in at Fortnite.com/watch or in client, and we'll see you guys on the battle bus. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
Hey guys, Wager here, and today we're going to be analyzing some of the biggest and most loot-heavy drop spots in the game. From everything to loot paths, timing, and fighting, the most crucial time that sets the tone of the rest of the game is the early game, and your drop spot. Top trios have developed ways to split up and attack each of their drops in their own special ways, and we're going to dive in and see some of the basics of each of these spots, as well as who's utilizing them to place high on the leaderboards. Retail Row is an old drop that returns with a new twist in Season X, with both obelisks offering high priority loot and cube monsters offering free shield and ammo drops. Getting control of this drop fast and early can put you at a huge advantage endgame, offering multiple options from increased launch pads, excess shields, diverse utility, and big hitting weapons from all ranges. This drop gets split down the middle halfway, separated into the block tops and the houses/residential side. Most of the time, looting and moving is faster at the block tops, and an increased elevation on height by default allows for an advantage to whichever trio lands there compared to those at the residential side of the drop. With 2 vending machines and multiple chests available too, the trio that controls block tops controls the entire engagement, usually being the ones to come out on top. Mongrel, Benji Fishy, and Mitro have adopted and trained at this drop over multiple weeks of the FNCS. From forcing early game fights on Blacktop to coming in late for third parties from the residential side, they use every advantage depending on the type of situation they have to beat other trios and win week after week, leaving the whole lobby scared every time they thank the bus driver. Happy Hamlet has been the drop most competitive players envy, with most chest spawns and many vending machines to boot. Having good options for rotations with ziplines and driftboards, as well as the option of excess loot to get snowside if you have zone, winning this drop and having room to play is a player's dream come true. Playing this drop, however, is very difficult. Usually with 2 to 4 teams contesting you because of how abundant and plentiful loot is, you will always have an uphill fight to face and conquer quickly if you want an advantage heading into mid-game. Taking fights here is all about who engages first and who gets to third party, with most engagements ending quick, as many angles taken are vertical, making it a lot easier to hit headshots for that damage multiplier. Close range box fights are also very common, with less room for mistakes and instant eliminations on knocked players, keeping all opponents healthy off of Siphon. Eclipse, Mega, and Dubs land at Happy, usually preferring the north side of the drop, and although might have trouble making it out of early game in a few of their games, the loot they get when the drop ends up working out sets them up for exponentially more points in the end game, with lots of mobility, shields, and high rarity weapons to make big clutches with. Landing at powerful drop spots is a challenge that requires practice and teamwork to overcome. Being efficient with comms, having a plan, being prepped and ready, as well as adapting to any you see on the glide are keys in being successful in the early parts of your game. Use that edge for a boost on the competition in endgame, securing good placement and elim points with your trio. And who knows, maybe you can be on the top of the leaderboards playing in the grand finals of the FNCS.
What's up, Fortnite fam? It's me, Zeke, and we're hanging out with our best friend, Sundown. We're doing something a little crazy, Sundown.
Oh, are we now, Zeke? What are we doing?
We are going to make some very bold predictions heading into the finals of the FNCS. We also have our friend Monster D-Face standing by and Wager. Gentlemen, if you want to say hello.
What's up, boys?
Heyo.
Very quickly, within 30 seconds or less, you guys got to tell me your predictions for the region. All right, we're starting with Middle East, Sundown. Give me your prediction.
So everyone else went with Fiesel, Kappa, and Klops. They won 4 of the 5 times, but I think them splitting their trios might have given them not enough practice, so my bet is going to go towards Flame, Prime, and Hunter. Expect to see them challenging towards the top, and can't leave out Fiesel, Klops, and Kappa as well.
All right, Monster D-Face, OCE, go.
Honestly, I'm going to have to go with Geese, Slaya, and Skyla. And the main reason is because Parpy and his trio actually went to NA East, where you guys saw them dominate the region in Week 4. So with that being said, I know the X2 twins are, kind of one of the fan faves coming up, but I think Geese, Slaya, and Skyla are really going to give OCE a run for its money coming up.
Now for Asia, coming back to you, Sundown, what are those predictions?
So Asia, and I've been pretty adamant about this, how there's been about 5 to 10 teams who are consistently up top, but my pick is actually the WGS trio of Jag, Horde, and QLO. They played over in Europe for the World Cup. They've had the most amount of experience. I think that's what's going to allow them to win out.
Sure. Speaking of Europe, Wager, you're up.
You guys already know who the kings are over here, Micho, Mongo, and Benji, but the only trio I think that can start a revolution are Stompy, Chinkin, and Aqua. They have a kind of counter play style. They already have a rivalry brewing with the kings of Europe, and I think these guys will have the edge taking it over at the end of the Grand Finals.
All right, for NA East, Shy, we're going to pick your brain again. Give us those predictions.
So one of the favorite picks to win NA East are Bucky, Animal, and Aspect, but I think the counter to that trio, who's really strong at the moment, is Clicks, Crims, and Spades. They play kind of a rugged type of low ground situation, always getting their win condition at the very end of the game. So I think their type of randomness and weird plays that happen at the end will have them make big plays to win at the end of the Grand Finals.
Now let's talk about Brazil. Gentlemen, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to make a bold claim here. I'm going to say the red trio is going to bring it home. Snow, Avalar, and Techno Viking. We've seen Techno Viking. He almost made World Cup qualifiers. Just barely missed out on qualifying. The same for Snow and Avalar. This will be their weekend. They're very hungry for the win. I'm telling you guys, they are going to do it. Now, finally, let's wrap up with NA West. Monster D-Face, give us your take.
I'd be crazy not to mention the trio, Scented, Rex, and Edgy, because they've been the most consistent in the NA West region. But I think another trio that can give them a run for their money is going to be Arkham, Falconer, and Vinny. And Falconer, by the way, the only free agent on this team here in the NA West, at the top of the board, still dominating. So I would love to see them come through and pull it big for the NA West region.
Some pretty bold predictions made across the board from everyone. Sundown, Shy Wager, Monster D-Face, thank you guys so much for hanging out. And for everyone at home, don't forget, tune in this weekend for the FNCS Finals, September 20th through the 22nd. You can watch at Fortnite.com/watch. And of course, guys, we'll see you on the Battle Bus.
Beep, beep.
Welcome back, Fortnite fam. Now, we're going to get ready to hop into some games very quickly, though. Just wanted to remind you guys that in Europe, the Heat 1 has been pushed to tomorrow at the same time as Heat number 4. And Brazil has been pushed back 1 hour, so we'll be going into continued and extended coverage of the Middle East that happened this morning. Now, we need 2 casters to get us onto all of the action, and for the first time ever, Monster Deface and Shio Wager will be paired together to bring us these games. Gentlemen, I can't wait. Take it away.
Thank you, and thank you so very much, Zeke. And yeah, like he said, it's Monster Deface and Shio Wager here on the horn for the first time ever, which is going to be pretty fun, man. I'm excited to cast some games.
And there's going to be some nice, scary casts, some nice, scary end games, mid-game coverage going on as well. Going back to the Middle East is very interesting. I touched on what you and Lupo were touching on, the whole can they keep up internationally. I thought they did a bang-up job. It was very nice, you know, fight dynamics, end game rotations. It was just got good stuff all around the board.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? They weren't necessarily new to the scene. They just have a new kind of, I guess, platform to play on here. So to see all of the Middle Eastern region under one hub, that has been very exciting. And it's also important to note, some of these guys are playing out of Southeast Asia as well. So shout out to you guys. Trust me, you're not all just kind of clumped into this region. We get it. It's a combination of a bunch of different types of players and people from different regions of that area. So far, though, they have done a great job.
Yeah, talking predictions as well. I'm pretty sure we have the same predictions of Klops, Fiesel, and Hero Kappa who are coming out on top right now. We saw them just come second in the last game. So even when the world is against them, even when in all odds they shouldn't be winning or gaining points, second is a big feat, especially with Elam's to boot on the side as well.
Yeah, for sure. When I actually did a VOD review over that trio specifically, they had some serious setups, and they were actually landing in the junction area. And I wonder if they're still playing it. I would assume so. I haven't quite seen the early game up there, so hopefully production can kind of look out for us and start us somewhere up north. It'd be cool to see, you know, kind of if they're sticking to the plan from the last time I reviewed them, or maybe I spoiled all the surprises, right?
I mean, the big note about the trio is that they have had 2 partners, or they've had 4 people playing in total. They started with Hero, Fiesel, and Klops. Then they switched over to a guy named Flosa, who's also part of that Alter Ego org. And then now they've gone back to Hero, back to their, you know, kind of natural dynamic of how they qualified in the beginning, how they kept on top of the leaderboard.
Oh, my bad, guys. Okay, so let's just go shifty shafts. Oh my god, I was sniped. Got a bump. I need 2 more. Go on anymore. Yeah, this game is so fun, dude. Oh my god, dude. So annoying. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you guys hear me? Okay, so I think we're just gonna drop Salty. Sorry about the echo. Yeah, I just lagged. Oh my god. I should grab the freaking AR. I would have got out too. I'm gonna do it come back tomorrow. I'm not streaming. I was trying to do something, guys. See ya.